What happens when even Apple gets surprised by how many people want their new iPhone? That's exactly what's happening right now with the iPhone 17. Pre-orders were already reported to be strong, but the latest news says the demand is so high that Apple has gone back to its suppliers and told them make more and make them fast. And the most surprising part? It's not the Pro models leading the way this year. It's the base iPhone 17. According to fresh reports, Apple has asked one of its main assemblers in China to boost production of the standard iPhone 17 by nearly 40% every single day. Another supplier, which provides non-electrical parts for the same model, has been told to raise its production by around 30%. That's a massive increase in a very short amount of time, showing just how caught off guard even Apple might have been. Now, here's the twist. Usually, it's the Pro and Pro Max models that steal the spotlight and rake in the biggest sales. They've been Apple's money machines for years, often accounting for the majority of early shipments. But this time, the vanilla iPhone 17 is the one flying off the shelves, and that could spell some trouble for Apple's September quarter. Why? Because while the iPhone 17 is selling in big numbers, it's also $300 cheaper than the entry-level Pro, which means lower revenue and slimmer profit margins for the company. Apple has already allocated about 25% of its production to the base model, 10% to the new iPhone Air, and 65% to the Pro and Pro Max versions. If the Pro models aren't selling as expected, that balance could hurt Apple's earnings, at least in the short run. But here's where things get really interesting. Why is the iPhone 17 suddenly the star of the show? Honestly, Apple finally gave people what they've been asking for in a non-Pro iPhone. For the first time, the standard model comes with a promotion display that refreshes at 120 Hz, plus an always-on feature. Apple also doubled the base storage to 256 GB, which is huge when you think about it. And all of that is still at the same $799 price as the older entry models. When you compare that to the Pro, which starts at $1,099 for basically the same display and storage, except it comes in orange, it's no wonder people are leaning toward the base version. This reminds me a little of what Samsung is experiencing right now in Europe with the Galaxy Z Fold 7. Once you finally give people meaningful upgrades at a reasonable price, they respond, they buy. Apple seems to have cracked that formula with the iPhone 17. And the early results speak for themselves. Of course, this doesn't mean the Pro models are doomed. There are still plenty of users who want the absolute best cameras,